Hello, my name is Agatha, and this is a tarot reading to know about the future of Yellowstone. There was a viewer in my channel who asked me about it. I forget the name, I'm sorry. So I decided to do this reading, and it's going to be a Celtic cross reading, which is a 10-card reading, and I'm using the pictorial key tarot. And I was curious, so I went to Wikipedia to know more about Yellowstone. So I'm going to read a bit from the Wikipedia article. So the Yellowstone is a national park located in Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho, and it was signed into law by President Ulysses S. Grant on March the 1st, 1872. So it's really one of the oldest, if not the oldest. The thing that there's a lot of interesting things about this article and about Yellowstone, but I think what the reader actually wanted to know was about the earthquakes. Okay, the earthquakes, and according to this article, Yellowstone experiences. I'm going to read. Okay. Thousands of small earthquakes every year, virtually all of which are undetectable to people. So there's lots and lots of them. Most of the people don't realize that they are happening. And I'm going to read again from the same article, and it says, it talks about a lot of them, a lot throughout the years, but there's on March 30th, 2014, a magnitude 4.8 earthquake struck almost the very middle of Yellowstone near the Norris Basin at around the 6:30 a.m. Reports indicated no damage. This was the largest earthquake to hit the park since February 22, 1980. So I'm thinking, another thing that I've read here is that history. I don't know what it got. How do you say? It was inhabited by people throughout 11,000 years. So there's 11,000 years of human history connected with Yellowstone. But I cannot find it here. And there's a lot of archaeological sites within Yellowstone. So, but I'm thinking that the thing that the reader, this particular viewer wanted to know was about earthquakes. So the question that I'm going to ask the tarot cards are: what can Yellowstone for the next 12 months. So from August 2017 to July 2018, August 2017 to July 2018, what can we expect to happen in Yellowstone? And there's also a supervolcano within Yellowstone, connected to Yellowstone. I hope it doesn't, Let's just see, okay? So the next 12 months for Yellowstone, and more connected to earthquakes. What can we expect to happen? Okay? Okay, Yellowstone, USA. Let's cut. And it's going to be a 10-card reading, like I said. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. It might happen something might happen, but I'm sorry, it will end up fine. Because the last card that came out was the Three of Cups. And this to me tells me friends helping out, everyone coming together and helping out. I'm not saying a big earthquake is going to happen, okay? So I'm focusing more on earthquakes, but this could be, sometimes the tarot doesn't want to answer what you ask. It just speaks of something else. It speaks of something that you should be asking. The tarot cards, sometimes they do that. Like, you're asking this, but I don't want to talk about this. I'm going to talk about something else. I'm going to talk about something which is more important. I know this is weird, but sometimes it happens like this. So, the significator, it's the Ace of Wands. There could be like a major earthquake within the next 12 months within Yellowstone. It could be. And this is connected with the fire element. There could be some sort of eruption. Also, it could be geysers, because there's geysers in Yellowstone, according to the Wikipedia article. So, I'm not saying this is necessarily a very bad thing. There could be something bigger than usual, but not that will not necessarily cause great havoc towards everyone around Yellowstone or within Yellowstone, or that who might be affected by whatever event happens that could possibly happen in Yellowstone. It could be something bigger than usual, but it doesn't necessarily it does not necessarily mean that will impact the people's lives in a very big way. But it could be something big. It could be the type of thing that gets scientists really, I don't want to say happy and glad, but enthusiastic about something. To these scientists, it's something great, fantastic, amazing, not great and fantastic, but amazing. But to ordinary people, it's like, that's it, that was it. So, that which is yet not seen, the Six of Swords. So I'm thinking, one of the ideas that I'm thinking is, if there is something that could possibly happen, it will be dealt with. People will be available. If there's some sort of rescue type of thing necessary, it will be dealt with. There will be people available, there will be rescue teams available, everything will be fine. Another way of reading this card, some sort of evacuation might be required, some sort of flooding, that's what I'm thinking, might be required. Not taking the population from one place to another just to keep them safe. Again, I'm not a psychic. I think I keep saying this in my videos. I'm not a psychic, okay? I'm intuitive like everyone else in the world. We are all intuitive. And I'm just reading the cards. And I might be wrong, okay? I don't want to cause you fear or anything like that, okay? The way that I'm interpreting the cards, it's my perspective. Doesn't mean that I'm right, okay? So be cool. Be cool, just don't... Okay, this is just a tarot reading, okay? This is not science, okay? Moving on to the next card. I'm not seeing anything. I'm not having visions of anything, okay? I'm not a psychic. The root. I just talked about scientists, right? So the root or the basis, there's like the Three of Pentacles. To me, it's scientists talking to each other. That's what it came to my mind. Or people talking to each other, like a big community talking to one another. And the main purpose of this community is to help one another. Now, this could be scientists really engaging because something big happened. It might have happened to them, but to everyone else, it's like, it's nothing. Or it could be scientists talking to rescue teams, or a lot of groups talking to one another. And there's like this big community effort to help people get out. If there's some sort of natural event that may happen, I'm not saying it will, okay? So the past connected with the present and the future. You have the Chariot card. So how can I read this card? So Yellowstone is a very, let's say, successful park. and it's really well directed. It has very good leadership. So anything connected with Yellowstone in the past, just according to this card, because I have no idea of its own personal history. I have no idea about the history of the park, Yellowstone Park itself. I just read the Wikipedia article. So just seeing this card tells me that good leadership is involved with the Yellowstone Park. So when things needed to be done, they got done. When big decisions needed to be taken, they were taken. Like when any type of action needed to be taken, things happened and things were done, and there's always very good leadership available. I hope I'm making myself understood. English is not my native language, as you can see. So it's like, this is a problem, let's deal with the problem immediately. The problem, whatever problem it was dealt immediately with efficiency, with extreme competence, with there's very good leadership connected with Yellowstone, I would say. Now, what's on people's minds? There's the tower. So something might happen. Something might happen, something that might be perceived as destructive. This is also fear. It could be read in two different ways. Something might happen, a natural event might happen. It could even be a meteorite, you know. It could even be a very, very big storm that ignites the forest, and there's some sort of which also tells me the same, because this is the significator. It's the Ace of Wands, and Wands is connected with a fire element. So there could be like a very big fire because there's a very big storm, and you need to deal with that. It could be something like that, yes, or it could be like people are aware of Yellowstone, and they are constantly in fear that something happens. What if this year something happens? What if this year something happens? What if this year the volcano erupts? You know, this could just be constantly being afraid of something big happening, and that necessarily not happening at all. So it could be two things. There's actually something that might happen, but it will be dealt with in a very competent manner. Or nothing happens, but people are afraid of it, and it's on their mind constantly. So it could be one or the other. I don't know, okay? The near future, the Emperor. This again tells me the same. There's very good leadership connected with Yellowstone Park. Anything connected with Yellowstone, there's proper and good leadership. People know what they're doing. So this could be new rules and new regulations connected with Yellowstone that are made or will be implemented. So so in the future, if anything happens, there are already rules and regulations to deal with this type of event or that type of event. Or this could be like a new leader connected with the Yellowstone Park. Whomever it is, it's a good leader. They know what they're doing, and it's a male. There's a lot of male energy here. It's a guy. It's several guys now. The next card is. It could be the Yellowstone itself. It could be the Yellowstone Park, and the card that came out was the Death card. Don't freak out. This could be a change in leadership within the next 2 to 3 months, I would say. It could be a new leader, because the Death card is a card of change. So there could be a new leader within the Yellowstone Park. This new leader might be, making some changes, but these changes that this person might be doing are connected with, I would say, evacuation plans, and keeping people safe, and connecting all sorts of groups. If something big happens, This person is already thinking of putting up plans to deal with this event or that event. And I'm thinking it's a he. It's not a she, it's a he. I'm sorry. If it's a she, I apologize, but I see a lot of male energy. This person, this guy, will be talking to several different groups in order to, how do you say, there's a word, connect and just prepare to any type of event. I hope I'm making myself understood. This again could be some sort of event that happens that changes everything within Yellowstone. This event, whatever this event is, could be a big fire, could be a meteorite, could be, heaven help us all, the volcano. I'm not thinking it is that, because it all turns out well. I'm not thinking it's a very big thing. It might be something that might change the structure of Yellowstone Park or Yellowstone itself or the leadership within Yellowstone. Or this could be a simple change of leadership of the leader. Could be as simple as that. Now others, I would say the public in general. It's the 10 of Wands. If this is a new leader that will be coming into place, like I said, sometimes we ask the cards one thing and the cards just decide to speak of anything else, of something else. I asked about, more precisely, earthquakes, but I'm thinking that these cards are talking about leadership, the new leader within Yellowstone Park, and not just earthquakes. Okay, so if this is a new leader that comes into place, this person will be the type of person who will be seen by others as a sort of guy, and I'm thinking it's a guy. I'm sorry, to me it's a guy that wants to control everything, that wants to deal with everything, that has a problem in delegating, but in one place he has a problem in delegating, but on the other side there's cards here that tell me that he's talking to several groups because he wants everything to be in place. So if there's anything that might go wrong, this person wants plans to be in place, so this person is talking to different groups, maybe, I don't know, fire department, in whatever group that the military, I don't know what groups would be involved in a very big type of, hopefully not disaster in Yellowstone, but I'm thinking it's more than one group, it's several groups. So is the liaison, he's talking to different groups, and he's doing it, he's working long hours because he wants. So on one hand he has a problem delegating, on the other hand he's talking to different groups. It feels like, again, it's a feeling, and I'm not a psychic, I'm just reading the cards. It feels like he's pressed for time, and he feels that he needs to get everything done, everything needs to be in place. So he's working long hours, and this is how other people are seeing him. Other people might be seeing him as the type of guy who's controlling and wants to do everything himself and doesn't do well in delegating, and let's say this employee does this, but he goes and he checks it. This is how others are seeing him. But the way he is like he's working long hours because everything needs to be in place, everything needs to be prepared in case something happens. Okay, maybe, I don't know if Yellowstone has a very big problem connected with fires. Maybe he has information that other people don't have. Maybe he knows about weather patterns and stuff like that. Maybe he already knows that the weather will be, a very big issue. Here, where I am, I'm in Europe, and I'm in Portugal. July, August, June, July, August, even September. Those are the fire season. It's the fire season. We have a season for fires. I don't know how it is in Yellowstone. I don't know when the quote-unquote fire season begins. I don't know if there's any type of season. I don't know if there's natural phenomena that happens that are destructive and they need to be dealt with. So if this person comes into place like 2-3 months from now, so October, November would be what? October, November would be a fire season or be like a water season, like a water, big rain season. He's preparing for something, and he knows it's going to be bad. I don't know what it is. I'm thinking fire, it could be anything else. October, November, it could be something else. Now, if he comes into place, if he comes into his job 2-3 months from now, so he's preparing further on. There's this need to do everything, to make everything be in place, just in case. Just in case something happens, everything needs to be in place. This person might be an Aries, might be from a fire sign. I'm saying Aries because the Emperor is connected with Aries. But he might be, if it's not an Aries, could be Leo or Sagittarius, so it could be a mix of those. I'm thinking maybe Leo and Aries type of mix. Why do I say Leo? Because right now the North Node is in Leo. So it would make sense astrologically that someone with that mix would, be promoted or would have this type of job. Someone who's like I don't want to say go-getter, but a self-starter, This is also the position of this card is also the others. So if there's something that happens within the next 12 months, if something does happen in terms of natural disasters in Yellowstone, people will be they'll have to deal with everything. I don't want to say on their own, but they'll have to deal with a lot. So they'll have to. I'm thinking to me this guy holding all the wands. It's like people getting the water, getting the supplies, getting the gas, getting everything they need so they can survive this, whatever this is. I'm thinking it's something to do with fire. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. But I could be wrong. Something to do with fire that might involve an evacuation, or that might start something that might be a catalyst for a flood. Something connected with fire, or starts with fire, that might be the catalyst for a flood. Now, in what way, I don't know. I really don't know. I do not know enough, okay? I know very little about Yellowstone. Again, just what I've read from the Wikipedia and for what I've seen in movies, in documentaries, and all of that. The next card is Hopes, Fears, and Wishes. And advice. It's the Page of Cups. If I read this as advice, is the people who are around Yellowstone, if there's any type of natural disaster, the advice would be accept all the help which is given to you. So accept the compassion and help of others. This is also, the page is also something new that is put into place, that is given. This is like a new plan. This could be like changing evacuation plans, revamping plans, revamping, it's not a good word. Just some sort of These are the old plans we have in Yellowstone to deal with this event, and this event, and this event, and this guy, within 2 to 3 months, is changing things. He's making a new plan. Something new. So maybe the advice to people who might be affected by any type of natural disaster occurring in Yellowstone, the advice to these people is accept this new plan. This could be also a fear like maybe they're looking at him and they're thinking, oh, he's way too young for this. He's way too young. He's too young for this. He's too young to be the leader. What does he know? He doesn't know enough. So he might not be young. He could even be 40 years old or 50 or something like that. But he never did this job before. He never did this type of work before. And they're looking at him and thinking he's incompetent. He doesn't know how to deal with being the leader of I don't know what is it, the president? It's not the president. The leader of the Yellowstone Park. This person doesn't know enough. Others might be looking at him and thinking this person does not have the experience to deal or to lead the Yellowstone Park or to make any type of changes. So they fear his lack of experience. And maybe they're looking at him and thinking that he's way too naive, he's way too idealistic, and he doesn't know enough. But what I'm seeing is that he has true leadership abilities. He can connect to others and speak to others. He puts everything in place. He works long hours. And there's this need just to do everything that needs to be done. Maybe a need that this person won't understand himself. See, I asked about earthquakes, and there's what showed up is a new leader. And I'm thinking a new leader to Yellowstone Park. I could be wrong again. So you can come back and tell me you are so wrong, you got everything wrong. I don't care. Tell me, I will learn, okay? Because I might be reading these cards in an incorrect way, and there's a better way of reading them. So the last card is the Three of Cups. If there's something that happens, everyone will join and help Yellowstone. So all sorts of groups that one could say that are quote unquote friendly groups towards each other. Come together to help Yellowstone Park, to help the people, to help anyone who is in need. If there's any type of disaster, even friendly nations coming to help. I'm thinking Canada. That's what I'm thinking. This is also celebrating because if there's some sort of event, everything turned out fine. Everyone was evacuated, and everyone is celebrating. Everyone is happy and they are celebrating because there was a situation. The situation was dealt with promptly in a very good way, and everyone got out fast. Another way of reading this: eventually, if this is a new leader, everyone will be happy to have this leader. Eventually, everyone will accept him. And it's a guy. I'm sorry, but it's a guy. It's not a woman. Again, I might be wrong, but it's from the cards. So something might happen, but help will be available, good leadership will be available, lots of groups will be available, scientists, lots of different groups, communities will be available, help. Everyone will be evacuated, and things will be dealt with in a very good way, in a very positive way, and everyone will be happy. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm seeing from the cards for the next 12 months. And that's it. That's the reading that I have. Bye bye.